Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel and another layout for the Unscrapped Bundle of Joy series with Melissa Vining. You can check out Melissa's channel in the description box below. We usually make one layout each a month, but unfortunately we were both quite busy last month, so we had to skip. I'm not sure whether Melissa will be able to post one this month. She's been super busy, but check out her channel anyway. Like I said, it will be linked in the description box below. And hopefully we will both be able to post a layout this month. So unfortunately with COVID and everything going on, you know, the dreaded C word, but we have both been more busy than usual actually. Melissa works from home, so she's been super busy, and of course I study and am a full-time mom, and yeah, all that working from home stuff as well. So yeah, we've both been very busy trying to get layouts done, but you know how life can be. So this layout I've been planning for a while. I've had this chevron wood pattern paper cut out for, oh gosh, probably over a year, maybe a year and a half. I cut out the coloured part of it. It was like a wooden coloured stripe paper from Rosie Studio, and I used the coloured part to make a layout yeah, ages ago, and I kept the wood parts because I knew I wanted to make a similar layout just with wood and then on white, and I wanted to bring in some stitching as well. So I'm just going ahead and distressing all the edges and then gluing them down, making sure they're all lined up nicely with the edge of the page, which was harder than you might imagine. And now I'm going to come in with some stitching. I'm going to do some hand stitching and some machine stitching. So I'm just drawing myself a little pencil line as a guideline for my hand stitching so that I don't go all wonky, because it is a geometric pattern. So if I go a little bit crooked, it will be quite noticeable. So I'm just using a light pencil line, and my hand stitching is going to cover that line up completely. So I don't need to go in and erase it or anything. Just doing that carefully, lining up the edge of my ruler with the edge of the wood paper so that I get a nice straight line. There we go. And then I've got my Amy Tangerine little piercing mat there and the little piercing tool, but I never use that tool. I try, and then it always tears my paper when I use that. So I just use a sewing awl, which is nice and sharp. So I'm starting out with this here, going through, piercing some holes, and then realizing that it's ripping it's ripping my paper. I don't like that at all. So there I am with my awl. It's a nice sharp hole piercer. You can just find it in the sewing section of your craft store, and I just find if I use this I have to put another mat below my Amy Tan mat. So I've just got a self-healing craft mat there, and I'm just going to go through and pierce all those holes. And I'm just lifting the paper up and poking my awl through a little bit further just to make the hole slightly bigger, because I am going to use all 6 strands of some white DMC embroidery thread. So I just want that hole not to be, you know, too small for my embroidery needle, because doing that I've found that I have torn the paper too many times. So just going through now and doing a simple back stitch, like I said, with all 6 strands of that thread. I really want that thread to show up, and because it is white on white, I find that using all the threads makes it nice and visible and textural and dimensional. I love that so much. So I'm just doing a back stitch, so coming up one hole, going in the one behind, and then coming back up 2 holes further down. And then I've gone in through with my sewing machine and just done some white stitching down the center of each of the wooden pieces. I wasn't originally planning on doing that, but I just thought it needed an extra something, and I didn't want to do any more machine or any more hand stitching. Partly because it's very time consuming, but mostly because it was already very textural, so the machine stitching is just a little bit flatter. Just adding some mats to my photo now. So of course this is my beautiful baby Violet. I'm really getting through her photo album. I'm really pleased with how well I'm progressing. I'm probably, I don't know, I might be further along with it than I am with my son's, which is probably not great because his he was born 3 years earlier. So I should probably get cracking on his as well. But I'm making good progress, and that's the main thing. So I'm just going through my little kit here. This is my homemade baby album kit. It's just a bunch of different collections and manufacturers, and a lot of it's older stash. So it's a really nice way to stash bust, but it all coordinates, so it all fits in really nicely together. I'm just going through and adding some layers here, some torn layers behind my photo. I am going to use that doily. I've got quite a few nice kind of wooden and craft items which go really nicely with that wood striped paper. And yeah, some of this stuff from my stash is super old, so it's really nice to be able to get through using it. I do pop in that little tassel on that bit of baker's twine. I really love these little, they're actually envelope seals, I think, they're little craft hearts. So I'm just adding some white details with my Uniboard gel pen. Just going through, I found these tags, really like those, so I'm just going to thread them onto that twine with that tassel. Just had to retie it slightly. I'm just going to layer them like that. I really love the glitter on the bottom of those white tags. I think those tags were just from Kmart. And that tag has a craft eyelet on it too, craft hole reinforcer, so that matches in nicely with those craft hearts. This, I believe this is an Echo Park thicker set. It's just obviously a baby set, so I'm just going to use the Baby Girl script. I love them. They're gold foil on foam. They do crease if you bend them, so I'm just trying to be really careful not to bend them too much. It's almost impossible not to bend them at all, but just trying to minimize that creasing if I can. So I'm just going to stick my photo down now. So that's my hubby and our little baby girl when she was only 5 days old, I'm pretty sure, having a little cuddle. Just sticking down that title, there we go, and then I'm going to build a little cluster down in the bottom here with those bits and pieces. Pop those hearts around, just creating that visual triangle. I love that sweet little sheep. That is an Echo Park baby collection again. I think it's Hello Baby. And a little chipboard phrase goes on there. I like this banner, but it's just kind of an awkward shape, so I do end up snipping that in half. That sweet little baby, that's actually a little baby hat, a little beanie with a teddy bear on it, and it's really cute because we actually have one of those in real life, not pink, but you know, similar kind of thing. So I just like him peeping out the top there. It's really sweet. These are from Chamel Glitter Girl. They're the enamel sparkly bits and pieces, so I've just added in 3 pink hearts. Going through my little dish of punched out shapes and pulling out some of the gold glitter hearts just to build a little cluster of 3 hearts in each spot there. Just popping those on with a little bit of wet glue. And now I'm just going to cover up my photo with the backs of enamel dots. They work and they're the right kind of shape and size to easily cover up a photo. So I'm just going to come in with some gold splatters. This is just my gold Kaiser Mist, my favorite gold splatter, and just using the nozzle to sprinkle those delicate little splatters around. And then I will come in with the Distress Oxide spray in Spun Sugar and just do some more pink splatters. And that is my layout finished. Thank you so much for joining me today. The close-ups are coming up. Don't forget to check the description box for Melissa's channel. I do have a playlist for this series as well, so I'll link that below as well. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys.